Volunteers honor the deceased at campfire memorial event and comfort the affected residents. Overseas visitors learn about Tzu Chi's recycling mission at the Humanitarian Eco-tech Pavilion in Taiwan. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Maggie Tai. Thank you for joining us. The most deadly forest fire in California history, Camp Fire, has claimed 85 lives. 3 months later, the destroyed town of Paradise hosted a memorial service to express love for the deceased. Tzu Chi volunteers have also given their love and wishes to the affected residents. The cards on the window express love to the deceased. More than 700 affected residents participated in the campfire memorial at the Paradise Performing Arts Center. Many of them felt emotional when seeing Tzu Chi volunteers once again.
And I came here and I saw the gathering of the Tzu Chi Buddhists here, and it made my heart happy because right after the fire, when I returned to Chico, I've lost everything. But more than that, I feel I had lost my community. They just gathered me in their arms and gave me comfort and told me I wasn't alone.
The event was hosted by Chico Area Interfaith Council, hoping to honor beloved ones with dance and song. Tzu Chi volunteers also presented the love and care for all sign language interpretation that matched the disaster relief video in the background.
I lost my home in the fire, but this song showed me that there's still people out there that care for us, and that no matter what happens, we're going to get through this, and Paradise is going to stay strong.
Now, instead of going back to our homes and leaving the community, we've decided we have to stay here and make an effort to connect with the community and to become part of the community.
After the emergency aid distribution at the end of last year, volunteers have stayed to launch a long-term disaster relief plan. They hope to accompany affected residents and help them rebuild their homeland together. After Hurricane Maria ravaged Puerto Rico back in 2017, U.S. Tzu Chi volunteers have been continuously caring for the affected residents. They continue to go back and deliver timely financial assistance to the families in need.
Yo vine hoy aquí pues porque me dijeron que iban.
I came here today because they told me that you were going to offer some help. I am here on behalf of my father. Both of my parents are back at the house because they have diabetes. Today I've received great help. You do not know how grateful I am. I am very touched. It's a card with money in it. I'm more than happy because I've seen how my parents have suffered as I've been helping them get back on their feet. This help that you have kindly offered me will definitely help us to keep going.
Cómo lo he estado ayudando a levantar, y esta ayuda que ustedes me han ofrecido me va a ayudar a seguir levantándolos. En esta casa viven mis papás.
Both of my parents live in this house. Their kitchen roof was completely gone during the hurricane.
The cistern that I had there collapsed down here. Then 2 other cisterns over there fell down as well. Here it can also be seen. According to the water flow, it got to here. All this disappeared. This right here is new. The hurricane was very strong. It caused a lot of damages, right? We were afraid for our lives. The roof was blown away. I had to collect various materials out there to be able to fix the house a bit. Well, within the circumstances, my arm does hurt, but I can't complain all the time. I must endure and keep going. There we have everything. We have ointments, syrups, insulin, various medications that she needs.
When I gave the card to him, he wasn't expecting it. He was really happy. He told me, now let's buy the cabinet.
We had plans to buy a cabinet already. We needed to get rid of the old one. This was a very generous gesture on your part.
My father right now is reading the book that you gave me. Meanwhile, when he reads it, I listen carefully.
Master Zheng Yan, who inspired 30 housewives to save 50 cents of their daily grocery money, created the Tzu Chi Foundation. This really gives me an idea of what Tzu Chi is about.
To me, it's a foundation that is full of beauty and compassion.
They have acted out of kindness, out of goodwill, and we understand that they are the type of people who care about other human beings. They know that we are in need, and they are willing to give us a helping hand. I am very grateful.
Haiti suffered one of the biggest earthquakes of the century back in 2010. Tzu Chi volunteers have provided long-term care for them. This year, volunteers host 7 distributions for the local residents and gave out 200 tons of rice to each of the households during the Lunar New Year holiday.
Unfortunately, many parts of Haiti are still filled with littered and illegally built houses. The impoverished country has had a hard time getting back on their feet after the 2010 earthquake. Tzu Chi volunteers regularly head back to Port-au-Prince to conduct rice distributions. This year, holding the venue at the Saint Antoine Kindergarten in Cité Solaire, they brought Lunar New Year gifts for a total of 1,347 impoverished households.
I take this opportunity today to thank you for the distribution for the rice you send to our people. They are very happy and they love you because of your compassion for them.
With 7 different distributions, giving out a total of 200 tons of rice, it went off without a hitch. However, it wasn't easy for all the volunteers involved, both physically and mentally. Regardless, everyone was very joyful to be able to help those in need.
I'm almost 72 years old. This is my 77th trip to Haiti.
There are too many people to be grateful for. My favorite part about coming here is being able to see all the smiling faces of the recipients upon receiving the bags of rice. Their joyfulness is what motivates all of us to keep going, to keep working hard, to support them in any way we can.
After the rice distributions came to a close, Tzu Chi volunteers headed over to the OPEPB school. This time, representing Philippines Tzu Chi volunteers, they brought over 20,000 pairs of school shoes for the children.
Whenever each child tried on their very own pair of shoes, it fit them perfectly. This goes to show you just how thoughtful the measuring process was. It was such a happy sight to see.
After each of the children put on their brand new shoes, they were filled with immense joy. Therefore, to express their gratitude, Father Tzu Chi Obris led the children in song.
Oh la la, merci master. Oh la la, merci master. Oh la la, merci master. Oh la la, merci. Oh la la, merci Tzu Chi. Oh la la, merci Tzu Chi. Oh la la, merci Tzu Chi. Oh la la, merci.
The volunteers' great love was incorporated into each of the distributed goods. The children can now have proper shoes to wear and nutritious foods to fill their stomachs.
Every month, volunteers in Durban of South Africa travel hundreds of kilometers to care for the impoverished individuals. They wanted to keep spreading the great love to their residents, hoping to inspire their compassionate giving.
In South Africa, Durban Tzu Chi volunteers have delivered rice to the residents of a local tribe in the Nogoman township, close to the border of Swaziland. Besides rice, the volunteers also said their best wishes to them.
As a Tzu Chi volunteer, we want to spread the seeds of kindness in many places.
Inside the STEAM church, the volunteers are singing songs and sharing the story of Tzu Chi to the residents. They hope to inspire their compassionate giving. Moreover, the volunteers decided to expand the cultivation ground to another community located 20 kilometers outside of the church.
I hope all of the residents can come with us and care for the patients in the community, to take care of them like their own siblings.
The wide open space under the metal shed is the cultivation ground. The volunteers are standing in front of the residents, spreading the spirit of Tzu Chi to let them know more about the missions. Later, they went to care for individuals who suffer from illnesses.
This is the red envelope of blessings and wisdom. You can put it by your pillow while you are praying at night. Your sincere prayers will be heard.
The power of love comes from goodwill. With goodwill, good changes can be made as well.
Many people visited the Humanitarian Eco-tech Pavilion during the Lunar New Year holiday. Among them, a foreign student from Greece has shown an interest in Buddhism and adopted a vegetarian diet since youth. He was deeply impressed by many DaAi technology products.
Alexei from Greece is amazed about how stable the backpack chair is. Volunteers also introduced a puncture-resistant glove to him. The beautiful PET bottle exhibition on the wall also caught his eyes.
You see the different colors? This is the neck of the bottles.
He came from Greece to study in National Zhongzhen University. Despite growing up in a Christian country, he is very interested in Buddhism. He insisted not to killing any animals and has adopted a vegetarian diet.
To raise a cow, you need to feed them tons of oats. If we can give those oats to the impoverished people in Africa, this will benefit more people in need.
Volunteers gave him a detailed tour at the Humanitarian Eco-tech Pavilion and showed him Tzu Chi's recycling mission. He was impressed by volunteers' efforts. Dr. Xu Wenhan from Nanjing visited the pavilion with his wife and his 3-year-old daughter. He hopes his daughter can learn the concept of environmental protection at a young age.
We want her to learn more about protecting the earth and understanding the relationship between the Mother Earth and herself as a human being.
Through volunteers' detailed explanations, the concepts of loving the earth and respecting life has taken root in the young girl's heart.
85-year-old Chen Lingqian is a Tzu Chi volunteer in Yunlin. 20 years ago, she was addicted to gambling. A video of African refugees led her to join Tzu Chi, which she began to serve. Now she is a medical volunteer. She encourages other patients to adopt a vegetarian diet.
'85-year-old Tzu Chi volunteer Chen Lingqian rides her scooter to collect recyclable items, bringing them back to her home to do the sorting. She has been doing recycling for 20 years, but before she was addicted to gambling. It was not until she saw a video of the African refugees did she realize that she had lived an absorbed life.
After watching the video, I quit gambling. I promised myself to not do it again. Therefore, I joined Tzu Chi and started to do recycling.
Besides joining the recycling efforts, Ms. Chen also serves as a medical volunteer. She even encourages everyone to adopt a vegetarian diet.
Let's try to adopt a vegetarian diet. This way your body weight will become more average. You will look physically healthy too, so try to eat more vegetables.
In addition, Ms. Chen is good at cooking. She often makes sweet potato steamed buns for the volunteers at the recycling station.
Since I'm old, people always ask me why I volunteer at Tzu Chi. I answered, doing good deeds is a blessing.
Throughout the years, the family members and other volunteers have seen the changes in Ms. Chen.
My mother used to gamble, but after making a vow to change for the better, she started to do recycling and volunteer at the hospital. Every time she comes home, she will always share her day with us.
She taught people the importance of unconditional giving and also encouraged everyone to protect Mother Earth. I believe she has already spread Dharma Master Zheng Yan's teachings into her community.
As one can see, anything is possible if you're willing to work for it. Through Ms. Chen's story, we can also learn that it's never too late to change your life for the better.
Today we will continue our series about water resources. Industrial use water accounts for 9.8% of the total water consumption in Taiwan, and 32% of this water is given to Kaohsiung. Fortunately, this city has found a way to turn household wastewater into reclaimed water for industrial use.
This is water from people washing their hands, from bathing, flushing the toilet, and household cleaning. All this ends up in our sewage treatment plant.
The first step in the sewage treatment plant is described as 5 flavors and miscellaneous processing. It is not an exaggeration.
This is the sewage water that has been produced by our homes. After filtering through different layers, it can be turned into water that is cleaner than tap water.
This bottle of water is sewage effluent water from households that comes into wastewater treatment centers, and after processing, the water quality becomes quite clean. It is released to the Fengshan River. We will intercept it and process it again as it becomes reclaimed water, which has gone through a membrane filter.
Entering this wastewater treatment center in Kaohsiung's Fengshan area is quite significant, as it is the first facility in Taiwan to convert household sewage water into reclaimed water for industrial use.
The construction department probably sent a plan for reclaimed water in 2013, which included 6 sewage treatment plants in the country have collect and produce reclaimed water. We have 2 such facilities in Kaohsiung. One is the Fengshan River plant, and the other is the Linhai Industrial Park.
Taiwan began to promote reclaimed water development regulations in 2013, limiting their application to industrial uses. One of the main reasons is that it was predicted the Greater Kaohsiung area will have a serious water shortage in 2031. In order to prevent the drought from affecting industrial water, all major industrial zones in Taiwan must find reliable sources of water from now on, and public wastewater is one such solution.
The amount of water related to household sewage is quite abundant, even during times of drought. It's actually less than 10%, so its volume is very stable.
Household sewage will be transferred to the sewage treatment plant for initial filtration, and the microorganisms in the water will be metabolized to naturally remove organic pollutants to purify water. It is then transported to this concentric zone for sedimentation.
After entering the sedimentation tank, we will filter the bacteria from our water through the filtration. You can see here that the inlet is quite turbid, but the water from the outlet is quite clear.
After the final disinfection, the water can be treated in 2 ways. One is discharged into the Fengshan River and flowing into the sea. The other part is diverted to a factory for advanced treatment and has it become reclaimed water.
The right side here is the discharged water, which is very clean, but its color is still a little turbid, and there are some impurities in it. This is to be released to the Fengshan River. On the left side is our reclaimed water, which has better water quality and is quite clean. It is being sent to the Linhai Industrial Zone for use by China Steel.
Industrial water needs to be very high in quality, as advanced technology must be used to filter out the fine impurities remaining after the sewage treatment, such as salt or bacteria.
The most critical technology is thin film method, which is to isolate some impurities or bacteria by means of pressure isolation.
Walking into this factory, it is hard to imagine that each of these columns is loaded with reclaimed water being processed by UF ultrafiltration membrane. and reverse osmosis filtration, 2 different systems. The ultra-thin filter system is designed with extremely fine film holes on a strip of hollow fiber filament with a size of 0.02 microns.
We can vibrate the suspended matter attached to it by oscillation of the gas to maintain the life of the film through vibration.
The collected sewage from the凤山and Niaosong areas of Kaohsiung amounts to an average daily flow of about 90,000 tons, which can produce 25,000 tons of reclaimed water for use by China Steel and CSAS. The remaining 65,000 tons includes 20,000 tons for use by adjacent wetlands and parks, and the remaining 45,000 tons will be discharged into Fengshan River. After the completion of the second phase of the plant in 2019, it is estimated that the production of reclaimed water will increase to 45,000 tons. The Fengshan Reclaimed Water Plant, which was built with a total investment of $84.3 million and a BTO contract for operation for 17 years, but the factory can be used for more than 30 years. At present, the Kaohsiung City government plans to build a reclaimed water plant in the Linhai Industrial Zone. Anticipating a predicted 2031 water shortage leads the government to value this precious water resource and carefully manage it as one of the most important government tasks in Taiwan.
In Malaysia, as construction of the Kuala Lumpur Tzu Chi International School continues, Tzu Chi volunteers work together with TIMA members to hold health checkups and cook vegetarian meals for the construction workers.
Crossing the muddy road, Tzu Chi volunteers have come to Tzu Chi International School to hold a health checkup for the construction workers. During the first week of every month, we will come together to care about their health. If they have chronic disease, we can pay more attention to their high blood pressure or other problems. We can also ask them to come back for further checkups. At the event venue, someone demonstrated correct gesture in moving heavy objects to avoid injuries.
This is very practical for us. This way we can avoid inflicting pain and won't feel waist pain.
Consuming 5-color fruits and vegetables will give you abundant vitamin and mineral, and it is beneficial to health and bones.
The community volunteers take turns to cook vegetarian food for the construction workers every day.
We also hope to pass on Tzu Chi's humanistic spirit to them, so they will refrain from smoking, drinking, and gambling. We hope they will gradually get rid of their bad habits. Besides monitoring their health, we can also ensure that they are in good shape. The provision of vegetarian food allows them to eat healthy.
Tzu Chi volunteers safeguard the health and safety of the construction workers, creating a different kind of construction culture.
Volunteers hosted the first camp for scholarship recipients at the Tzu Chi ground in Jiangxi, Yichun. The events have empowered students to experience happiness through giving. We'll leave you with these images and thank you for joining us. Goodbye.